Wow, I hope you guys are ready to keep going, even though it seems like we've gotten so much already, but there's more to come. Now, no matter what attracted you to Jeunesse, whether you started maybe as a customer or a distributor, the basis of our business, our bread and butter, and what helps us improve that is what helps us improve the health span and lifespan of many people around the world. That thing, you've heard us talk about it already, it's our youth enhancement system, our YES system. We have a serious treat for you today, as not only do we have 3 Jeunesse scientific advisors here to tell you the research and the benefit of these products, but we have an unbelievable host who helps create tools for you to get these products into the hands of the people who need them every single day. I'm excited to welcome our next host here to talk about the YES System Roundtable. Please help me welcome the man who will forever be rocking that black tea style and inspiring my wardrobe choices, your Chief Marketing Officer, Mark Patterson. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, that's right, Sean. Look, check it out. We are, we're kind of twins today, except I need a necklace. Can you get me one of those?
Yeah, you know what? I sent one your way. It must just be lost in the mail at this point. I'll make sure we can coordinate. I'll get glasses. You can get the necklace.
That's perfect.
All right. Well, I know we've got a great roundtable coming up. Let me turn it over to you.
All right. Thanks so much. Well, I'm excited to come to you from my home. You know, I'm usually on a stage visiting you, and I'm excited to be here, especially with the topic that we've got. And don't you love hearing from Flora Lee? She always inspires me, and I love her story, and I love her passion. You know, today we're talking about the YES system. I honestly think sometimes we should be more careful to call it the Youth Enhancement System, because that is what it stands for, the Youth Enhancement System. And it's really, quite frankly, it's exactly that. It's enhancing our youth. Now, you know that jeunesse literally means youth in French. And so when you think about your youth and what that means to you, and how many of us just want to live a beautiful, healthy life, right? When we talk about youth, many people define it in different ways. And so today, I'm excited to have 3 people join me from the Scientific Advisory Board who know more about youth maybe than anyone on earth. And they are providing us with the amazing products that we all use and love. And so please join in welcoming the esteemed Dr. Nathan Newman. We've got Dr. Vincent Giampapa and the beloved Christian Drapeau. It's great to see all of you. Welcome. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure to be here.
I want to say just briefly that only a couple of days ago, you know, it struck me, we were having a meeting where Dr. Nathan Newman was on, and he was talking about, and we were with some of the diamonds, and he was talking about some new breakthroughs in technology and some new ideas for products. And I can't share any of those secrets he shared, but I can tell you this. I came away from that meeting saying, wow, the technology that Jeunesse has access to, the cutting edge thoughts and the ideas that come forward that we get to participate with, it's really quite special. And I just want to say I was inspired by that meeting, and I can tell you this, there's some really amazing things in store that are coming your way to all of you in the Jeunesse family. So guys, I've got some questions, and actually all of you are getting the same questions. So when we go through it, I'd love it if each of you could answer. We do have, we've got some time, so I don't want you to feel rushed. But this question about youth, think about that in your head. Like, what does youth mean to you? And that's really what I want to start with, this word youth. And I guess we'll just start with Dr. Nathan Newman, and then we'll go to Vincent Giampapa, and then Christian Drapeau. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having us. Mark, I agree with you that this is an amazing platform, and we've brought the most advanced technology to the world. And most of it is really rooted in stem cells. Stem cells is what really makes us, that gives us the ability to renew ourselves. All of our cells in our body gets renewed. So when we talk about youth, it is really about how young and how how much of that ability in our system to continue to living a full and healthy life. That comes with time. So that comes, when you're young and you're growing very fast, everything is changing very rapidly. But as you get older, things sort of slow down. But the people who are active, and we always say, whatever stays in motion it goes in motion and stays in motion. That's really what it is. You want to maintain that momentum. You want to maintain that ability to continue to optimize your health and optimize your ability to live a fulfilling life at its best. And the way we do that is basically ensuring that our body and our from inside and out is supported and is all the cells get their nutrition and all the signals that they need to maintain their youthfulness and their health, so that we can continue to improve our lives and continue to live a fulfilling life as much as we can. And that's really the core of our science. And I'm sure my co-panelists agree, and I will leave it to them to continue.
That I kind of think of it a little bit like a car. I know that if we, we're really good at looking at the outside and taking care of our cars, but sometimes there's people who might neglect the inside. But when you do both, it just stays running perfect. And so for me, I identify with, keep it going, do all the things, keep just so that you feel young. I think when you feel young, you're enjoying life. So I appreciate that. Dr. G.
Hey, my pleasure. And I'm excited to be here with everyone as well. Do you hear me, by the way? I don't hear myself coming through. Okay, good. So, the question about what is youth, I think, is more and more becoming well defined. And today we measure what youth is based upon what genes are active within those 100 trillion cells, as well as our stem cells. And today we're actually able to measure those genes with new tests, these new tests that are simply just a swab of inside your mouth. And this is epigenetic testing, and we have already created an epigenetic test for Jeunesse, which most likely will be available in the next few months. This is going to allow us to see what our biological versus chronological age is, what our aging rate is, and even give us information on our telomere length and function, our DNA damage, our inflammation markers, and all of this is due to the recent advances in biotechnology. And so instead of having to do a blood test and go to a doctor's office, we can do all of this at home. So youth is really defined by, yes, how we feel, how we function, how we think, but more importantly, the genes that are responsible for that, and how can we activate those genes, keep them active, and actually measure the progress. And I'm extremely excited to be able to bring that new concept to Jeunesse, and I think it's going to be a major breakthrough. Lastly, I think that the YES system is an amazing group of products that work in synergy. And again, all of these products have impacts on each one of the cells in our body, whether it's the skin or whether it's what's happening on the inside, our organs, our stem cells. But today my focus has been creating a base product, AMPM, which is really about activating genes that are responsible for maintaining youthful function. And with the new launch of Life NMN, which I believe was the missing link in the YES system, we now have the energy we can produce at the cellular level to keep those genes that are activated kind of working at their ideal level. So each one of these, the whole focus in the future in anti-aging medicine is going to be maintaining our stem cells, both the number and function, the right genes, and maintaining the cells in our body with the right genes being activated. And frankly, the technology is now here, even being able to measure that at home. And I think that you're going to actually be able to measure the effect of Jeunesse's YES system products, whether it's the skin or the body, from your home, and this will take Jeunesse to another whole level of credibility and scientific advancements. I'm super excited for the future, and I just can't wait to see how this year turns out. Thank you.
Yeah. Dr. G, that sounds amazing. It actually makes me a tiny bit nervous to do that test to find out, maybe I'll find out I'm a lot older than I think I am. But I think that's pretty exciting. And the good news is, even if that's true, you guys are the ones helping give us products to get us all in check and get our age in the right spot. So match things up.
Well, even if you have a bad test mark, the good news is you can reverse that.
Yeah, that is the good news. It's totally amazing. Well, Christian Drapeau, welcome. I love the painting behind you. How are you today?
Very good, very good. Thank you for being here. It's great.
Good. Well, tell us what your thoughts are about youth, what that means to you.
Well, I won't repeat what has been mentioned by my colleagues. To make it short, I'm just going to approach it from a slightly different angle. There's no denying that we just look around us, we look at ourselves. Age is a phenomenon that we cannot deny. It's there. But there's one aspect that characterizes youth. When we are young, the body is never an hindrance to what we want to do. The body just follows what we want to do. And from a standpoint of quality of life, that's the aspect that sort of changes as we age. So while we support stem cells, while we support genes, while we reduce oxidative stress, while we do all the things that the products in the YES system are doing, to me, youth it means to maintain these characteristics of youth as we age, meaning that as we age, we give ourselves the means to be able to maintain the quality of life so that we can continue as we age, as we become smarter, wiser, more experienced, that we still can achieve our potential and do whatever that we want to do. And if we can do this well into our 80s and our 90s, then I think we can say it's a pretty good life. And again, the ways of the strategies that we have to give the body this quality of life is approaching or targeting all the different axes of aging in the body. Inflammation, stem cells, as we are discovering collectively, is becoming more and more important, like one of the greatest axes of health in the body. If you support the role of stem cells in the body, you support the ability of the body to move through the years beautifully and in a quality of life. So to me, that's what youth is. Just continue and progress in your life while remaining strong and able to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. I just want to talk to the Jeunesse family for a moment. You think about how lucky we are to have the members of the Scientific Advisory Board like these, and we have many others, and it feels very fortunate, and it also seems like, wow, how did we get so lucky? And so my next question is actually, I want to just ask you, because I know you guys could have partnered with many different companies, you could have gone into different ways of distributing and marketing, but you chose Jeunesse. And just like everyone that's watching today, they have made a decision to choose Jeunesse and to say yes to Jeunesse. What was it that made you decide that Jeunesse was the right place, the right platform, and the right people to work with? And I think we'll mix it up a little. Let's start with Dr. G on this question.
I've was originally excited to work with Jeunesse, mainly because of the people involved at the top, both Wendy and Randy, Scott, people who are completely dedicated to bringing true science to the masses with the distributors and with the support, particularly like the things that you can do to help simplify the message from that's a complicated process when we create products, but also the general feeling of a family and a group passion. And to me, this is why I wanted to be with Jeunesse, because my main focus was to reach as many people as I can with the knowledge I've built up over decades and decades. And it's really about giving back and finding the best avenue to do that, to touch as many people's lives as possible. lastly, I don't think you can find a better karma than to find a way to make a great living, be surrounded by great people who have the same passion, and at the same time help other people live a longer, healthier life. So that's my answer. And in summary, I have to thank the founders for creating this venue for every one of us, the scientific advisory board, the employees, and particularly the distributors.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, the people that we're with is one of the big reasons I chose. And you're right, to be able to actually have your career, to be able to make some money, and to be with this quality of people that we've got, to have founders that care like they do. I mean, those are some excellent reasons. So let's go down and then over. Christian.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, when we discovered the role of stem cells in the body, and when we understood the super importance of stem cells in the body, and then discovered plants that support the natural role of stem cells in the body, to me, this was one of the greatest discoveries of our time in medicine. And it was called to change, to bring a paradigm change, to bring a new understanding of health and wellness. I've been talking about this now for almost 18 years. And there's one thing that is clear: if you don't have a strong platform to be able to bring this kind of message to the masses, to a lot of people, have a lot of people understand the concept, then take the products that can, on the basis of that concept, really have an effect on their life, and them sharing it with other people. If you can't achieve that out there, then this concept and this novel way of thinking of health and wellness cannot percolate through society and then become something. So for me, the first thing with Jeunesse was the power of Jeunesse out there to convey these kinds of messages. Now, it could be any MLM that is big, if you want, out there. So what really made Jeunesse stand out to me was, I mean, many things, but probably two main things. The first one is the quality of the leadership in the field. I've worked with many MLM in the past, and there's one thing that struck me from the beginning. Remember, we just had Floralie speak before, and she's one of many. There is such a quality of the field, of the leaders in the field, and that is impressive, and you need this for a strong company. And second, which actually is a corollary to the first one, maybe it came before, is that you cannot attract strong leaders in the field if you don't have strong leaders at the top. So I think it starts really, like Vincent just mentioned, with the quality of the owners. So Randy, Wendy, Scott. And I would say the quality of the whole management team, yourself, Mark, almost anybody at the top. There's a cohesion here with the intent of really supporting the field and have a successful company. So I put all of this together, and I think that Jeunesse is really the ideal company to work with and also to carry these kinds of fundamental changes in health and wellness.
Thanks so much. You know, it's true. The platform is actually amazing, and I think that some people don't realize the strength of the platform. But I can attest to what you're saying about the leadership at HQ. I get to work closely with Randy and Wendy and Scott, and I can tell you that their hearts are in the right place, and they care about the right things, and they really are out to help thousands and millions probably of people improve their lives through the products and through this platform. So you're spot on that. Dr. Newman, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So for me, it was a little bit different because I've been doing stem cells for the last 20 years, over the 20 years. And I've had a lot of passion in bringing this technology and this knowledge to the world. And when I was doing this 20 years ago, I had to explain to doctors what stem cells are and what the differences are between different kinds of stem cells. When I met Randy and Wendy about 11 years ago, they came to my office, and when I told them about what we do and all the science behind stem cells, they got as passionate about it as I did. And they actually created Jeunesse because of that. They shared the vision of bringing this amazing technology, this amazing knowledge that we have, and they've recruited the best people to come on board with us, both the scientists, the leadership in the market, in the leadership in the field. And really, their passion, they've worked so hard to bring the next generation of technology, the most innovative technologies that help your lives. They've built a platform that really helps people financially as well. So it's a win-win situation. You improve your life, both financially, both you improve your life, both in your health and your ability to live more youthful, more fulfilling life, a more passionate life. And their passion continues to this day. And you can see when Dr. Jim Papa talks, Dr. Drapok talks about it, they have their passions just like we do. We work together to bring the next set of innovative products to you so that you can benefit from it and your teams can benefit from it. And really, they created something very unique because this is how I do it in my practice, in my office. And Randy and Wendy and I really clicked the same way because we believe in helping humanity. They're very humble, they're very successful, but they're very humble. And they are building a business that feels like family, that works as a team. And they work together in unison as one. And that is very rare to find in any business, in any platform. And I'm really, truly humbled and I'm blessed to be part of this and to see it grow from where we started with very few people in a room in Los Angeles and to being a global company now, selling over $8 billion worth of products and helping countless people around the world. And I'm forever grateful to the team and to the leadership that's enabled us to do that.
Totally. It is incredible, actually. And that $8 billion you just talked about, imagine $8 billion in cumulative sales over the short time span that Jeunesse has been in business. And it really all started, I can remember the story being told by Randy and Wendy, how they were, investigating and looking at they were actually visiting you, Dr. Newman, and when they heard about the stem cell technology and the amazing product that was available for them to be able to give to the world, that's what really made them to say, hey, we've got to take this out. And that kind of got the ball rolling. So I love that story. It's amazing. My last question to all of you, it's many of your products that have taken us to the level that we're at today, along with all of you that are watching, right? The combination, the partnership of Jeunesse and these amazing products, along with all of you distributors that are watching, is really how we've been successful. And I would like each of you to take a moment and maybe share a couple of your flagship products, just give a couple of highlights, why it fits so well into the youth enhancement system and into your philosophy of youth. Let's go ahead and go up to Dr. G.
So, Mark, thank you for that opportunity. To me, the YES system, as I said, is concept of synergy, and the concept of from the inside out, outside in has been really a major breakthrough. But most importantly, my products, my focus with my products was to design a core product that would help improve the quality of both stem cells and body cells, improve the quality of that function. And that it was all focused on understanding what genes natural products can turn on. So AM/PM is not a vitamin mineral supplement on its own. It's only 20% of AM/PM are really vitamins and minerals. The rest of that are selective herbs, plant extracts, digestive enzymes, things that have been known to restore the key genes that are involved in longevity and health. And I think over the last 8 years, that product has been extremely well received. People sleep better, they have more energy. Then my real focus was what was missing, and what's the basic research that's now on the forefront, and that has to do with producing more energy inside each one of those 100 trillion cells that are in our body. And as you know, from 40 to 60 years of age, we lose 50% of the ATP or the NAD, which is the source of the energy in our cells. So even if all our products are working great as they have been, the secret was to try to restore the energy inside each one of those cells to allow the the products in our body as well, at both the stem cell level and body cell, to reach a new level of youthful function. And I believe with this new product, Life NMN, we have now the opportunity to start, if you will, fueling our cells with the energy they need to work even better than they have in the past, and for our products to respond even better, because it's all about what happens inside the cell with the right amount of energy for us to really see the impact of the technology and thought that every one of the scientific advisory board members have put into their products. So to me, AMPM as a core product and Life NMN as the source of energy for all the youth enhancement system products is going to be a new level of function and a new level of, if you will, impact on what all of these products have been doing and what they'll continue to do, I believe, at even a higher level of efficiency.
Amazing, thank you, and both incredible products. I appreciate that information. And Christian?
Thank you, Mark. Here's when we talk about stem cells, oftentimes in the media, it's about diseases, big medical protocols. So let me address it here in a language like the core aspect of stem cells as it pertains to just the average person. Almost everyone who is simply facing the phenomenon of aging and wants to do it as beautifully and as successfully as we can. It's just to understand that there is a phenomenon here. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just a natural process. As we age, the number of stem cells in circulation declines because of a very, very normal process in the body, which is red marrow that makes stem cells transforms into yellow marrow that does not make stem cells. That transformation happens very quickly in our lives. By the age, let's say 30, we've already lost most of that red marrow. The number of stem cells in circulation is a fraction of what we have when we are, an infant. And what we need to understand here is that the role of stem cells in the body, they do many things, but one of the key fundamental role of stem cells is that we lose cells every day. And in order to stay healthy, we need to replace the cells that are being lost. It's the role of stem cells to replace the cells that are being lost. As long as we have enough stem cells in circulation to compensate for day-to-day cellular loss, we're fine. We can age beautifully, we can maintain our quality of life, we're fine. But if we cross that threshold where suddenly this decline in the number of stem cells is such that we no longer have enough stem cells to compensate for this day-to-day cellular loss, this is when slowly the so-called age-related problems, whatever we experience as we age, this is when it slowly starts to develop. So that's the core reason why we have RevitalBlue and other products. Many of the product, and that to me, that's the beauty between the synergy of all these products in the YES system, is that they all affect stem cells in different ways. Vince and Dr. Giampapa just talked about AMPM supports the ability of stem cells and other cells to properly and safely proliferate and do their job. The serum with APT200 basically supports the role of stem cells in the skin. RevitalBlue supports the release of stem cells from the bone marrow, puts more stem cells in circulation, and gives back to the body this ability to maintain, to do what we do when we're young, which is to compensate for cellular loss. And then Reserve helps also. We don't have the time here to go through all the products, but it is impressive to me to see how these different products in the YES system all support this core aspects of human health and youth as we age, which is supporting the natural role of stem cells in the body.
Thank you, Christian. When I think about all three of you and how you affect our genes, I guess that would make you geniuses. and I think you just seem so amazing when you talk about these things. I hope everyone's recording this and taking notes. And last but not least, Dr. Nathan Newman, tell us about the products you have, your flagship items that also contribute to your philosophy in youth.
So we developed a platform to use stem cells to produce chemicals to produce factors that communicate within the cells. So cells talk to each other with chemicals like we talk to each other with words. And we created Luminesce, especially the serum, which contains the most amount of those factors, to talk to the cells and tell them to rejuvenate, to enhance the skin quality. Because the first thing when we look at somebody and say if they're youthful or not is what they look like from the outside. When we look at somebody and they're all wrinkled and they got ashy skin, they don't look so youthful. But when we can enhance their look, when we can improve the skin, when we can improve the way we look from the outside, then we can start to look good from the inside and feel good from the inside. And the Yes system basically works in a synergy. So when we do it from the inside and we do it from the outside, we get much more benefit. It's not 1 + 1 = 2, but when we do it like that, we're going to get the improvement that is accumulative and is 2 or 3-fold the result that you would get just by doing it by itself. So the Luminesce skincare line really was an innovative skincare line that to this day has not had any competition really in the market, because the technology is very unique and is only accessible to Jeunesse and is the next generation of skincare. And we use the same technology to develop Reveal. Reveal is using the same stem cell technology to stimulate the hair follicles so that you can get a more fuller, more youthful, more bouncy and healthy looking hair. And that is the power of the stem cells, because we can get those stem cells to make the language that will tell our cells what to do. We can get them to tell us to be more youthful in our skin, to be more youthful in our hair. And that technology is only going to expand, and we're going to bring new products, as we've talked about, to the Jeunesse family, so that they can benefit from this ability of the stem cells to renew and regenerate your tissues and make you healthier and stay healthier longer. And this technology is only going to improve as our technology improves, and we're going to bring it to the Jeunesse family, and we're going to work together as a team to make it available to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. So as you can see, I mean, we have just what you've heard right here, Jeunesse family. I hope you realize the quality of products, the amazing technology, the cutting edge thoughts that have gone into this. It's really quite amazing. And I just want to say that coming up, the North America team is going to be providing a series on the Yes system monthly to help people really understand how things work as a system. You know, that is one of our unique advantages here at Jeunesse, is that our products are all created to help us look and feel young. And that's in our mission statement. And, you know, as we are looking at new ideas, that it always has to fit in and work well with the Yes system. So these products will either help us look or feel young, and they can work synergistically. So you can always feel good about using any of the products. So I just want to thank our esteemed panel for being here today. We really appreciate your knowledge, your time, and all of you who are watching, thank you for sharing your time with us today. We know it's a Saturday. You could be out doing anything you wanted, water skiing, whatever it is, maybe it's snow skiing, but you've chosen to be here, and these kinds of events are what helps change your life. It's you that are here that are going to make a difference and move things forward. So I expect to see great things this year. And we appreciate all that you contribute, guys. We're just so appreciative of what you do. And